this is coming from a fighter, but you guys shouldn't be overpaying fighters, because then it makes them not want to actually perform. And especially when you have fights lined up for your next fight and all that stuff, right? It's sad, like, oh, all I gotta do is fucking survive this fight for a next paycheck. It is really messing up the sport. It's like, you guys gotta do it like the UFC does. Like, you do a performance, y'all ain't getting no damn money.
Rolando Rolly Romero has trashed all the promoters for overpaying fighters who give pathetic performances like Canelo Alvarez. Furthermore, Rolly Romero talked about fighters being overpaid as they prioritize making it through fights for the sake of collecting the next paycheck, rather than competing to win. Romero expressed disdain for this mentality, arguing that it damages the sport. He stated he's for fair pay, but not for fighters being overcompensated without delivering entertaining performances.
You know, Oscar in that video, he was highly critical of fighters who, you know, aren't actually showing up.
They box for paychecks. I box for belts.
Bro, it's not the first time you said. We did an interview back in January and you made that comment. You said certain fighters are getting paid way too much money.
Yeah, I'm for fighters getting paid. I'm not for fighters getting overpaid.
Yeah.
It makes it so people just want to survive to the next paycheck, and it's fucking sad, and it's disgusting, and it's destroying the sport.
Dude, you said that in that interview back in January, and you know, I feel like this makes second card. It almost kind of validated that entire interview, bro. Like,
I mean, just look at it.
Romero talked about boxers like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, who aren't worth the money they demand. In contrast, he gave a partial pass to stars like Ryan Garcia and Canelo Alvarez because of their massive followings. He challenged what Canelo had recently achieved in boxing after all this time, since he hasn't knocked out anyone in so many years.
And I don't want you to answer the question, but the viewers can answer the question. Do you guys truly think Shakur is worth anything he asked for? No. Do you think Devin is truly worth anything he asked for? No. Ryan has a big following, so we'll give him the pass. Canelo has a big following, so we're gonna give him the pass. But honestly, what the fuck has Canelo done in a very long time?
Careful now. You are picking him to beat Bud, right?
Yeah, I'm picking him to beat Bud, but that doesn't mean anything.
But you're right.
Furthermore, Rolly predicted David Benavidez would beat Canelo fair and square. He praised Benavidez for maintaining a true warrior mentality, always seeking victory instead of safety or money. Romero contrasted two mentalities in boxing: fighters like him and Benavidez who compete to win, and others who prioritize big checks while avoiding risks.
I know Benavidez is gonna beat his ass.
Oof.
I know because Benavidez is not fighting for a check. Benavidez is fighting because he wants to win. That's the difference. You don't see that?
I do.
Every fight Benavidez comes in trying to win.
He's trying to hurt somebody.
Yeah. That's the difference between all this stuff, you know? Like I said, it just comes down to mentality. It comes down to mentality.
Meanwhile, Rolly also reflected on his victory over Ryan Garcia, stating it might finally earn him the credit he deserves. Despite his accomplishments, Romero felt people continued to doubt him. He noted that he's now a 3-division world champion and emphasized that his rapid rise in boxing history would earn him a spot in the Hall of Fame. Romero highlighted his ability to entertain and promote fights, and referenced his participation in the most attended boxing event in history as a major milestone.
People will start to actually give you credit, like, hey, listen, man, this dude is not just a big puncher, but there's actually a method behind the madness, right? Like, he's actually a smart fighter as well.
The thing is, man, like, I think finally they're gonna start giving me some credit, but at the end of it, they're always gonna hate on me for so many reasons, and it does not matter. At the end of it, I'm a 3-division world champion. I did this shit faster than everybody else. I'm gonna be in the history books. There's no way I'm not gonna be in the Hall of Fame. And I'm one of the most entertaining personalities in boxing. I could sell a fight, bro. And on top of that too, I did the most attended event in boxing history.
Romero expressed pride in systematically outboxing Ryan Garcia over 12 rounds instead of winning through a knockout. He believed dominating Garcia without a knockout was more impressive, disproving those who thought a win would only come from a lucky shot. He added that Garcia tried to go on the offensive, but he got hit with his own left hook medicine.
And nobody can say anything. This is straight out of a movie. The most attended boxing event as a straight underdog. And literally, you know, I'm actually happy I didn't knock out Ryan. Just to show that I could shut him out even with it, because nobody could say it was just a lucky shot. And that's more beautiful than knocking him out cold. It was a systematic breakdown over a course of 12 rounds where he couldn't even get started. And the one moment he did try to get started, the one moment he tried to start, he got dropped with his own medicine.
Furthermore, Romero commented that people often talk about Garcia's left hook, but his left hook was even more deadly. He argued that Garcia wasn't knocked out simply because he stopped trying to win and instead went into survival mode, running around the ring.
His left hook, I dropped him with my left hook. They want to always talk about Ryan Garcia has the best left hook in boxing. They have the best left hook. And I say, well, what about my left hook, right? And just like that, I clearly showed that I had the superior left hook. And the only reason he didn't get knocked out cold is because he didn't try to win. If he would have tried to win, he would have got knocked out cold.
Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez has given his reaction to Raleigh's incredible upset win over Ryan and stated that Ryan never recovered from the left hook by Romero. He said that Romero still has what it takes to be a champion, but Garcia shouldn't lose heart in the sport too. Lopez commented that his father gave Raleigh some advice, which was helpful for him in the match.
It's great, man. What an upset. What an upset.
It surprised you?
No, not at all. Rolly still got the goods, man, and he showed it. At 147, he's been saying it this whole week, how he's comfortable at that weight. No, I'm very happy for Rolly. You know, sad short shot for Ryan Garcia, but hey, look, you know, don't overlook anybody. And, you know, I think Rolly had a great game plan. He listened to his team very well, you know, and before he went to the event, my father told him, just keep your right hand up the whole night, you know, and that's it, you'll win the fight. And he did that, and he looked great.
Surprised by Ryan Garcia's performance tonight? A fantastic victory for Rolando Romero. Almost made it look kind of easy.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. I was surprised how he, I think he just never recovered from that check hook that Rolly did on him. So
meanwhile, boxing promoter Bob Arum commented that Ryan and Devin Haney looked terrible against their opponents. He added that Garcia dropped to a guy like Romero and he shouldn't have taken that fight and instead should have opted for a tune-up fight. Arum said that these boxers and promoters are driven by money, but sometimes they pay the price.
Garcia, you know, has been off a whole year, and you know, this is a lack of real planning. He should have had a tune-up fight first and then go into a fight with a guy like Romero. But, you know, these fighters and the promoters get turned by the money, and they don't make really good decisions. A good decision would have been to take a tune-up fight and then, you know, then you move to a Romero or even a Haney or so forth. You don't go right in after a year.
Eddie Hearn expressed shock and disbelief at Ryan Garcia's loss to Rolly Romero. He admitted that he was at a loss for words, emphasizing how unexpected the outcome was. Hearn remarked that both Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney had dropped the bag, missing a major opportunity for a highly anticipated rematch. He stated that the fight between Ryan and Devin was no longer going to happen, but instead Rolly might sweep in for the paycheck.
Eddie, just your reaction, man. I can't believe it. I mean, I said this kind of environment, like sometimes it can just, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, flabbergasted. Ryan and Devin just dropped the bag, like the biggest bag drop you've ever seen. I mean, you know, tonight was going to be those two in the ring facing off for the big rematch. It's done? Can't believe it. Is it Rolly versus Devin next? About it. I mean, but listen, props to Rolly, but Ryan just didn't turn up at all.
Meanwhile, Rolly Romero expressed intense frustration and anger over his treatment by the promotion before his fight. He claimed he was repeatedly disrespected, citing a lack of basic accommodations such as a hotel room, proper gloves, and financial arrangements. Despite these setbacks, Romero maintained his composure and went on to declare that he had ruined the promoter's plans, including the Devin and Ryan Garcia rematch.
You know, better be a 2-time world champion, being a 3-time world champion. These motherfuckers. They all fucking disrespecting me and all this shit. They all disrespected me. They didn't have a fucking hotel room for me. They fucked up my gloves. They didn't give me no damn per diem, nothing. I ain't care. I kept it cool. They didn't want to put no damn money in escrow, nothing. And look at this shit. They all had a fucking plan, and look at this shit.
Amidst all this, Rolly highlighted a controversial point that recent boxing events have proved his earlier critiques about overpaid fighters. He added that Ryan Garcia briefly attempted to win, but reverted to just surviving the fight after getting hit, showcasing a lack of true fighting spirit. Romero claimed that too many boxers today enter the ring just to secure another paycheck, which is disgusting. Romero stated that he never boxed for money, unlike most fighters out there.
Think about it. Ryan tried to fight to win for one moment, got cracked, changed. I'm gonna fight for the next paycheck. They all fighting for the next paycheck. They're not fighting to win. They're fighting for the next paycheck. It's fucking disgusting.
How do you fix something like that, bro? Because the money is I mean, you're getting paid good too now, bro. Like you're gonna be getting crazy checks like that. So how do you not do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you not? Is it just a mentality thing? Is that the difference between you and some of these other guys?
I don't box for money. It is, I don't. Anyone will tell you I don't box for money. I'm the same person with money. I'm the same person without money. You can't buy me.
Rolly continued to add that many boxers fight to survive instead of dominating, and their hunger to win has been dialed down. While acknowledging that fighters deserve to be paid, he argued that boxers like Shakur Stevenson are not worth any money at all.
Do you feel like because they're getting big paydays, their hunger is just kind of not the same?
They're fighting for the next check. They fight to survive for the next check. There's a huge list of them.
Well, dude, if you're not, you know, I mean, obviously you're fighting for some kind of check, right? Like, you're not gonna fight for free.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't fight for free because it'd be disrespecting me.
Right.
But it's not. But I don't know. I'll give you a great example. You think Shakur is worth anything he asked for?
In addition to his previous comments about destroying the promoter's plans, Rolly stated that he had become a 3-time world champion across 3 weight divisions. Romero boasted that he emerged from the fight without a scratch. He emphasized that Ryan avoided further punishment after getting hit once, suggesting he dominated the match and altered the promotion's trajectory with his performance.
I destroyed everything they fucking had. I'm good right now, Vic. I'm a fucking 3-time world champion. I'm a 3-time fucking world champion. 3 divisions, 135, 140, 140 fucking 7. Ain't get fucking even touched. My face is fucking beautiful still. The only reason he didn't get knocked the fuck out is because the second he opened up once, he got cracked.
In another video, Romero commented that boxing should adopt the model of the UFC, where a fighter performs terribly and they don't get paid because of that. He added that boxers are drastically overpaid and they are looking for the next big offer, so they only survive the fight instead of delivering a staggering performance.
I'm tired of people, this is coming from a fighter, but you guys shouldn't be overpaying fighters, because then it makes them not want to actually perform. And especially when you have fights lined up for your next fight and all that stuff, right? It's sad, like, oh, all I gotta do is fucking survive this fight for a next paycheck. It is really messing up the sport. It's like, you guys gotta do it like the UFC does. Like, you do a performance, y'all ain't getting no damn money. And that's why it's taking away the hunger of these fighters, where it's like, well, they got a guaranteed check next. That's why all these motherfuckers keep protecting their O.
Raleigh further stated that in the UFC, major fighters have lost to challenging opponents, but they still continue to fight and no one takes away anything from them. He commented that being undefeated means nothing if they can't fight anyone. Romero continued to criticize boxing and said that fighters can avoid fights just by saying that there is not enough money in the bout, which does not reflect the true nature of combat sports.
Oh, I'm undefeated. Like, look, I have 2 losses, right? Most of my losses come from big fights, but it's never derailed anything. I'm still here. They can't take me away. Unlike these other dudes, they want to protect their O. They want to be like, oh, it's not enough money, so I'm not gonna fight all that stuff. These guys, they all only fight for money, and it's sad, and it's destroying the sport. All that undefeated shit, that don't mean shit if you're not fighting nobody. Nobody gives a fuck about you.
Not holding back, Romero stated that Canelo had close to 42 fights before he started making money. He commented that making a lot of money made Alvarez lose interest in securing a knockout. In contrast, Raleigh insisted he had long been financially secure and still chose to fight for titles over lucrative offers. For him, legacy outweighed wealth, and the fights were not about the paycheck.
Yeah. He had 42 damn fights before, you know, he started making money.
That's true. It's a shit ton of fights.
Yeah, bro, like, you know, but once they get to a certain point where they're like, oh, this is just a paycheck, well, you know, I gotta make more money. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, they don't, and that's truly what's destroying the sport, is people being overpaid for shit they don't deserve.
But how does that not happen to you though? Like, do you feel like you just haven't hit the right payment yet? You know, like how do you stop that from not happening?
I've been well off for a very long time. It's not about money.
You mean like financially?
It's not about money.
On the contrary, in a heartfelt reaction to Ryan Garcia's loss to Raleigh Romero, Danny Garcia reflected on the psychological challenges fighters face. He emphasized that it's often impossible to know what a fighter is thinking, especially under the immense pressure at the top level of the sport. Danny acknowledged the mental toll boxing takes, worsened by constant online criticism and personal struggles. He suggested that Ryan may have been dealing with a combination of issues beyond the ring.
Like I said, in boxing, you never know what's in the mind of a fighter. You don't know what a fighter's thinking. So, you know, some fighters feel good, some fighters are ready to go, some fighters just want to get it over with, some fighters don't want to be there, some fighters, you just don't know what a fighter thinks, especially at that level where there's just so much pressure on those guys, you know, to perform good. And, you know, just every day looking on the internet and people are talking bad about you, people talking this, and, you know, the pressure of life, you know. So maybe it was the combination of a lot of stuff, but I know he's sad that he lost. You know, nobody likes losing, but at the end of the day, like I said, you just don't know what's in the mind of a fighter. No one does.
Despite the loss, Danny offered encouraging words to Ryan, noting that defeat is part of the sport's emotional roller coaster. He urged Ryan to return to the drawing board, rebuild his confidence, and continue working hard, highlighting that at his young age, he still has time to come back stronger.
Was there any words of encouragement that, you know, Ryan got a chance to hear you, you know, speak about, you know,
boxing is full of ups and downs. You know, this game is, it does take a lot of your mental, you know, you have to be built for tough for this game. But it's like, it's a roller coaster of emotions, because at the end of the day, no one likes losing. But all you can do is just, at the end of the day, is just try your best. And I know you didn't win, and just get back to the drawing board. You're young. You know, he has nothing but time to come back strong, build his confidence back up, stay active, and just finish his career strong. You know, I mean, it's a loss, but it's not the end of the day.
Meanwhile, Raleigh Romero talked about his own losses in boxing and said that they were against top-level opponents. He added, "I have 2 losses, and they both came from big fights. Those losses haven't derailed me from anything. They can't slow me down. Every time you think I'm gone, I'm gonna come back again and again. These other guys are fighting for the money, but I fight for belts and for legacy." On the other hand, Rolly Romero has come up with a few words of encouragement for Ryan Garcia and stated that he can have a rematch with Ryan if that's what he wants. He revealed, if Ryan wants to do a rematch, we can do it. I don't know if he's mentally ready for a rematch, and I know he has other obligations. I don't know if people are too interested in seeing that other rematch, but if you have obligations, you should honor your obligations. Furthermore, Romero stated that he knew Ryan far too well for his comfort, and that is why he beat him. Romero continued, I know Ryan too well. I knew exactly how he was gonna come and where he was gonna come. I think even he was surprised by how well I knew him. I neutralized his left hook. The second he threw one left hook, what happened? He got droppy and he never threw it again. The only reason he didn't get knocked out is because he was fighting to survive. Do you think Rolly Romero will fight Devin Haney next? Who will be Ryan's next opponent? We would love to hear your thoughts. Let us know in the comments section, Balo W, and subscribe for more content like this.